All right. And we're back. Welcome back. Congratulations for continuing your journey. Super excited about you making the decision to grow and achieve at the highest levels. Each choice and decision you make to build your business makes all the difference in the world. And that's how you will change and transform your life. It's also how you will be able to show others how they can do the same. Again, it's about the system. And what you're doing right now is following the system. So kudos to you. So we continue our conversation now talking about tips for launching your network marketing business. Now, this is an important part of the conversation. We need to understand that as you're growing your business and you're having success, how you launch, the things you do, the small components matter most. It's the finite details. And that's what people oftentimes miss. They don't realize the details are so vitally important. They're what make all the difference in the world. And the devil's in the details. And oftentimes people don't achieve at the highest levels because they don't realize how vitally important those details are. So let's go through and talk about some of the things that make all the difference in the world. Number one, place your initial order and understand right away your monthly operating cost is incredibly low. Hear me when I say this to you. You talk to most business owners and you say, hey, I'm paying about $100 a month my business, they will chuckle and laugh at you because traditional business costs a whole lot more. And so you've got to understand that as you're building your business, that overhead cost that you have is really minute, especially when you understand the limitless potential and income that can be generated from that. So when you can wrap your mind around and value and accept that, it changes everything. So intentionally make the decision to just embrace the cost of your business, right? It's a part of you being able to achieve at the highest levels. So the first step to your launch of your new business is simple. Become a product of the products. Flip your own services and products. You become your first customer and place your first order. Now, I want to make sure you hear this because you need to be a product of the product. That's not even a question mark. It's essential that you have experienced the product personally, that you understand and know how to be able to purchase products and understand how the products work and have experienced them firsthand. And you're not talking about something in regards to what other people have experienced, but what you've experienced personally. Then place a product order that will help you acquire customers fast. Now, this is important as well because what I need you to understand is that you're intentionally, in my words, intentionally, you know how much I love to say that, choosing products that can help launch your business. Again, it's about momentum, right? Understanding that you get some products and services and things that are going to help you because, first of all, they help with you validating that you are a business owner and you're investing in yourself. But second of all, more importantly, I think it's important for you to think about the fact that there are certain things you want to be able to offer quickly because you believe in them. You think they'll be great. And maybe you'll offer those things quickly to get your first few sales to help you build. And by the way, when you make those purchases, it also helps you to be able to get the points you need for you to get those bonuses, right? You have those bonuses that are available with you in the first 30 days, and you want to take advantage of those points that it takes to get that. So go ahead and make some purchases to help you get that done so you can make that money, right? And then if you're able to flip those products that you purchased and get customers to buy them from you, then it helps. It's a part of your story, right? It's a part of the income that you made quickly at the beginning of your business. Plus, you want to put yourself in a position to maximize the compensation plan and understand that maximizing the compensation plan is not just important, it's vital. Your goal is to be able to tell a story that others can be excited about. And when you maximize the compensation plan and make all the money on the table, then others can be excited about the possibility of them doing the same. And again, people don't do what you say, they do what you do. So if you want to help others win, you've got to be an example and show by example how they can do that. Next, learn fast that your monthly operating cost is dirt cheap. And in a traditional business, the overhead sometimes bankrupts people. And this is really important. You always hear people talk about 9 out of 10 businesses fail within their first 30 days, and I'm sorry, the first year rather. And then on top of that, of the businesses that make that 9 out of 10 of those businesses fail within the next 3 to 5 years, right? And I mentioned the 30 days because what's awesome about us is that we can put you in a position to be able to be profitable in your first 30 days, right? So it's really important for you to value your overhead costs because your operating costs allows you to be able to maximize your profitability. Remember, if the products don't make sense, neither does the business. You should be your own best customer. It's hard to share or sell a product you don't believe in enough to use yourself. So once you've been able to make sure that you're utilizing the products and you're taking advantage of your overhead costs, operating costs, whether it's the telehealth or all the other things that you utilize with your subscription, now you can also make sure that you are using products that make sense for you, your lifestyle, so that others can recognize and value that. And I always use the example. I mean, let's say that you go to a dealership to buy a car, and the dealer is selling you a Toyota, but they drive a Honda. Now you're gonna have to ask yourself a question. Hold up. Why are you driving a Honda? Right? When you're selling me a Toyota, what does that mean? What does that say? Right? And maybe I should be buying a Honda, not a Toyota, right? And I think it's so important for folks to be able to trust and know that what you're saying is legitimate because you believe in it. Number two, determine your why and your goals. Now, this is important. This why and goals conversation is something that we're going to repeat because we understand that it is just something that is crucial to achieving at the highest level. Your next objective to launch your network marketing business properly is to determine your why and goals. I explained how to do this step in a previous lesson. So if you haven't done that yet, please revisit that training and complete those steps. Now I'm saying this to you because we're not asking you to do it when it's convenient. I'm not saying to you do this whenever you feel like it. I'm saying that this has to be a starting point to your success. If you don't know your why, the how does not matter. It doesn't. You must have a why that sets your world on fire and inspires you to take all out massive action. Otherwise, you'll quit at the first sign of defeat. And I want you to understand this. You're in business, so there will be challenges that you face. It will require sacrifices. And you've got to understand that when those challenges come and you have to make sacrifices and there's some difficulties, if you don't understand why you're doing it, if you don't have goals that help you to see the bigger picture, you'll get caught up in the things that will hold you back and prevent you from living your dream life and being able to achieve at the highest levels. So you don't ever want to have anything else prevent you from getting to the dream. And if you don't understand what your why, what your goals are, it won't happen. It just won't occur. The sacrifices are a necessary must of what it takes to achieve at anything that you choose to go for, right? At the highest levels just is what it is. And so you have to understand that once you understand why you're doing what you're doing and you understand where you're going as far as your goals, you'll do what it takes, period. That's it. Be as specific as possible when doing this step. Write everything down on paper. Use quantifiable numbers and goals. Edit your list a few times. And when you are happy with it, share it with your coach. I think this is okay to say. I think it's important to hear this. It's all right if you don't get it right the first time. You got to change it around and adjust and adapt it. It's totally fine. You're going to find what feels right for you as far as your why, what feels right for you as far as your goals. And you might change over time. In fact, you'll achieve some of those goals and maybe the why will change as you begin to make great money and it's time to shift and pivot. It's okay to be able to now have a new why and that are some new goals. Maybe you were looking to buy this house or the car or whatever it was, retire your mom or your wife or pay for your child's college. Well, all that happens. You make the money, now what, right? Just understand that your why and your goal will evolve as you continue to evolve in your business. Number three, complete your team's initial training. Now, this is important. The next thing to do is to complete your team's initial training. And each team will have, your team leader will be able to clearly delineate for you which training is the right one for you to get started with, right? This is important. You do not have to be an expert to get started and make money. You do not want to be an expert, to be honest, right? If you understand that this is not about you being the expert, this is about you recognizing that there's learning and growth that's required, and also about you following the system, right? Oftentimes we're trying to get all this information and all. Listen, the system is made intentionally simple so you can win. All right. All you really need to know is how to be coachable, right? If you can trust that coachability piece, it'll make all the difference in the world. Learn how to navigate your portal, place an order, and learn how to start inviting people from your list by following your leader's system. Now, this is important. Once you've got these critical pieces in place, everything else can fall into place afterwards. With this, at least get the foundational parts. The foundational pieces will set you up for success because they're the beginning, right? These are the basics. You know, ask your upline, enroller, senior partner, mentor, or coach for instructions. They're going to teach you the basic things. It's important to watch all training videos within 24 hours. When someone says to you, listen, I need you to watch this, watch it. Don't wait. I'll get to it eventually. Prioritize it. Again, this is about that sacrifice word I said before. Choose to make the time for your business, for yourself, to change your life. Then watch them again, because this is important. When people say, here's the videos we want you to watch, watch it and watch it again. Because you know, oftentimes you kind of go through it just to go through it. You want to watch it again and really make sure you're processing it. Don't make the common mistake of giving yourself information overload, though. This is important because you don't want to like inundate yourself by going all out and watching everything all at the same time and kind of frying your brain, right? Because you're just kind of like overloaded by all that you took in. You will learn as you go. You do not need to know everything before you get started. You simply need to know a few basic things that help you to get started. And that's important. Once you understand that your leader's focus and goal isn't to overwhelm you, but to give you the basics to help you launch and get started, that changes everything. It puts all things in perspective to help you to be able to achieve. But it's so important that you follow the system as your leader designates it to you. Number 4, make your names list. Now, this is an important piece that unfortunately gets overlooked, minimized, diminished, and ignored. It just seems like it's something that it's going to take a lot of time, effort, and energy, but it's not. Listen, I don't care how much time or effort and energy it takes. It is of the utmost importance. You'll be tempted to skip this step. Don't do it. It's vital that you write out your names list. Without a list of names, your business will not grow. Your list needs to consist of the top 12 people in your life, names that come to mind from your from the memory joggers that will oftentimes be given to you by your leadership, and your cell phone contacts, A through Z. Do not skip anyone. Put everybody down. We're not asking you to choose or decide, or just put everybody down. Get everyone down on the list. It's important you put down everyone that knows you by name or face, right? We need to have all those folks down. Put them all down. Get everybody down. You know a lot more people than you think you do. Don't forget to add your Facebook friends, your LinkedIn connections, and email contacts. Most people, this is at least 2,000 names, if not more. You don't have to contact everyone right away, but it's important that you write them down on your names list. Use a memory jogger if necessary, and your leader will be able to tell you what the memory jogger is or how to utilize that and where you can find that. And pretend you're getting paid $100 for every name you come up with. If you adopt that mindset, you'll create a huge names list. Do not prejudge anyone. Just write down everyone's name. All right. Don't worry about recruiting or selling anyone. Don't worry about who you will contact first, what you will say, or when you will contact them. Just write down your names list and be and remain coachable. And word coachable seems to be a consistent theme that we're talking about because it's the difference between achievement and failure, right? Because many people are so busy feeling that they know what they're doing and know how to do it that they won't really take the time to learn and grow from someone else. And that coachability really makes all the difference in the world. Number 5. Now, this is important. When first getting started, contact 50 people within 48 hours. Now, this sounds crazy, right? You're saying, what? Really? No, this is very important. This is vitally important. The next step to launch your business properly is to contact 50 people on your names list within your first 48 hours in the business. If you do this, you will already be in the top 1% of all network marketers because most execs never contact that many people during their entire career. Did you hear that? That's where most people fall short. They don't even get to 50 people. They're stuck at 5. It's the reality. The average person just reaches out to like 5 or 10 people and they're done and they give up. They're finished. But if you choose to go through 50 people in your first 40 hours, you completely set yourself apart. And now you have literally set yourself up for success. Use the context and scripts that are provided to you. Write it down and practice your script for 30 minutes or so that it flows naturally when you talk with people. Your job is to notify people about your new business, not to convince, pressure, or sell someone. Your goal is to acquire a few customers and sponsor a few executives during your first 48 hours in the business before your products have even been delivered to you. Again, we're talking about launching your business. And this is the difference between, how most people think. Everyone tends to kind of have a lackadaisical kind of mindset about how they do things. I'll get to this. I'll do it eventually. At some point in time, listen, if you are laser focused on moving with a sense of urgency at the beginning of your business, the momentum that comes from that is incredible. All right. Talking to 50 prospects in your first 40 hours will help you build up your confidence, teach you new skills, give you some experience, and help grow your business quickly. The best way to launch your network marketing business is to have a launch party at your home. If that's not an option, you can schedule 2 launch Zoom calls with your sponsor. Basically, you invite people to the call or event, and your sponsor gives a presentation for you while you watch and learn. If that option is not available, use a recorded Zoom or YouTube presentation you can share with your prospects. Listen, what it comes down to is that you're going to leverage and utilize the tools to help you have success within that first 48 hours. I want you to hear this. That sense of urgency that we're talking about is transformational. It's contagious. And when people hear your excitement and your urgency about how important it is for them to hear some information that you just got started with, and you're saying, listen, you gotta hear this tonight. You gotta hear this by tomorrow. Right? When folks hear that and they're like, what in the world? Why are you so excited? And because of your excitement, they're excited too. And it creates a different level of energy. Just about being intentional. Number 6, contact 500 to 1,000 people in your first 30 to 90 days. Now, this, again, we're talking about launching your business. Listen, you can kind of drag your business slowly behind you and hope that maybe you'll make great money. But those that choose to really create momentum, they do things that most won't. So after you complete the previous step, your next goal is to contact 20 plus people per day on your names list for your first full month in the business. This will result in massive exposures, new customers, and new execs on your team. Most people are not willing to do this, but if you want to build a huge business, you must do this. It is not negotiable. And I want you to get this. Choosing to focus in and just do the math on it, 20 people per day, and just focusing in on and really being intentional about that contact just changes everything and really puts you in a place to build momentum. Your goal is to create massive momentum in your first 30 days in the business. Starting month 2, you can diverse your efforts and contact few people personally and focus on helping your new team members duplicate what you did. So you're really focused and laser focused on really intentionally building momentum quickly at the beginning, getting that story, getting those results. And then now you can begin to focus in on supporting and helping others on your team because of the momentum that you had, right? Remember, this business loves speed. And folks always say, success loves speed. It's just the way it is, right? So you're going to find that success will automatically follow the speed of what you choose to do and how you choose to do it. Slow and steady is better than nothing, but not by much. And I think that's really important. But taking all out massive action during your first 90 days is where the magic happens. And so your goal really is to just say, in this first 90 days, I'm really going to run. I'm going to go hard. I'm going to make some sacrifices. I'm going to have conversations with those I love and care about and say, listen, if you can just give me this time to do this and you are focused and consistent, that's where the results come. Key takeaways. It is critical that you have a sense of urgency. That word urgency, it's a game changer. The problem with most people is that they're lackadaisical. And oftentimes even we can go so far as to be lazy, right? But the difference between the highly successful and those that unfortunately never achieve or have success is that the successful have a sense of urgency. And you have to have a sense of urgency with your new business. Most executives do not take their business seriously because they don't have much money invested in it. And that's one of the biggest mistakes and downfalls for our industry. Unfortunately, the low cost makes it so that people don't even realize what they have in their hands. They don't understand the value of this. The sweat equity is what you're going to have to invest to get where you want to go. But if you're willing to put that sweat equity in and you have that sense of urgency and you do that, you're going to make remarkable amounts of money. Pretend you took out a second mortgage on your home to join our company and act as if you only have 6 months to earn back that money. This is the mindset of someone who succeeds in a big way in our industry. It's about having that burning fire within you, that the hunger, the desire, right? And if you have that hunger because there's something that's pushing you, it completely shifts your mindset. Do not make the mistake of reinventing the wheel. If you have someone in your upline who is successful, knows what they're doing, and is willing to help you, humble yourself and follow their lead. This is a business of duplication. You can innovate or change things after you've become successful. However, if you are brand new, follow someone else's lead. Finally, do not give yourself information overload or think you must know everything before you get started. The more you know, quote unquote, the worse you will do in the business. Ignorance on fire is much better than knowledge on ice. All you need to know to get started right and launch your business properly is how to make your names list and how to invite people. That's it. Your enroller can help you with the extra stuff, and you can trust them to help you to be able to achieve and get the results that you want for yourself. So these are some tips for helping you launch your business. And I want you to understand these aren't complicated or incredibly difficult things that I've shared with you. They're relatively simple when you think about it, right? The things that you can do that honestly speak to the fact that if you're willing to be coachable and just simply follow a system, that system's going to give you what you want. Now, the word hard really means different things to different people. So I wouldn't call this hard. Hard to me is working the rest of your life and then struggling in retirement. Hard to me is not knowing what how ends are going to meet next month or next year, or how are you going to be able to do the things you want to do for your family for the holidays, or not being able to go on vacation. That's hard, right? Hard means, not being able to live the quality of life that you deserve. That's hard. That's hard. So what I want you to do is recognize we're not asking you to do something hard. We're asking you to do something that's easy and simple, and it won't feel that way because it's new. But if you can trust the system, trust the process, and be coachable, you'll be amazed at how easy the quality of life you'll live will be, and how much you'll honestly admit this was a lot easier than I thought it would be because it was able to change and transform my life. Thanks again for your time. Appreciate you being with us, and we'll catch you on the next one. Be blessed. Bye now.